When spouses are best friends, from best friends to life partners, the key to a lasting marriage. Hello. Today, let's explore a topic that many of us have pondered at some point. Can your best friend become your ideal life partner? And why do we sometimes miss out on a destined connection due to unnecessary fears? From best friends to life partners, the key to a lasting marriage. Some opposite-sex friendships are truly special. It's a pity that many hesitate to take these relationships further, often because they feel the other person doesn't meet their standards for a spouse. These vague fears and excessive caution can cause us to miss out on a beautiful bond. Before diving into the details, let's outline the key points we'll cover. First, we'll explore the indispensable role of friendship in a strong marriage. Next, we'll look at the psychological barriers that prevent people from pursuing a romantic relationship with a compatible best friend. Finally, we'll discuss the importance of choosing a life partner with whom you can share and connect deeply, even into your later years. Let's get started. Friendship, the solid foundation of marriage. Have you ever wondered what makes a marriage truly happy and enduring? Let's hear a short story that illustrates the power of friendship in a marital relationship. In one family, a father and his young daughter were the best of friends from the time she was little. He not only taught her valuable life lessons but also patiently listened to her stories, helped her with tough homework, taught her to ride a bike, and played all sorts of sports with her. Occasionally, he'd even cover for her when she got into mischief and feared her mother's scolding. Whenever his daughter was touched by his affection, he'd just smile gently and say, "That's what friends are for." When the day came for his beloved daughter to get married, the father seemed unusually subdued. When she asked why, he simply said, "I feel like you two aren't close enough as friends." True enough, her first marriage didn't last long. A few years later, she remarried. This time, her father smiled with peace of mind. Because the couple weren't just spouses, they were each other's best friends. This little story vividly supports the famous words of German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. Unhappy marriages stem not from a lack of love, but from a lack of friendship. Love can be passionate and intense, but it's friendship that forms the lasting bond, helping couples weather life's storms together. Young people today have a fun term for best friends, betfen, a phonetic take on best friend in English. When we think of friendship, we often picture acceptance, harmony, and carefree connection. A best friend is someone you can trust with your deepest secrets and share all your interests with. Most importantly, in their presence, you can be yourself, flaws and all, without fear of judgment or rejection. A best friend stays up all night to listen to your troubles, goes shopping or grabs a drink with you, and even joins in your wildest antics. No matter how many arguments or disagreements arise, the friendship remains intact, forever, ride or die. On social media, a lively discussion about opposite-sex best friends revealed heartfelt sentiments. One comment, widely agreed upon, stood out. "If my boyfriend already has a soulmate best friend and sidelines me when we're all together, or only shares personal matters with her, I'd choose to break up. I want to be his soulmate best friend." This reflects a deep desire to be not just a romantic partner but also the closest confidant. Then there are childhood sweethearts, who've grown up together, know each other inside out, and develop feelings but hesitate to confess. Both sides share a common fear: if they pursue love, their deep friendship might be lost. Love often carries a sense of possessiveness and fragility, making it seem less resilient than friendship. As the saying goes, it's easy to turn friendship into love, but once love fades, it's hard to go back to being just friends. Some people have opposite-sex best friends they click with perfectly. Even if they didn't grow up together, they've shared years of joy and sorrow. Yet, when it comes to marriage, they don't choose their best friend as their partner. The reasons often revolve around feeling the friend lacks the qualities of an ideal spouse. For example, she's so much fun to be around. Super chill. But she doesn't like housework and isn't great in the kitchen. How could she manage a family? Or, we get along so well. But he's kind of childish. I don't think he'd be a reliable support for a wife and kids. Because of these vague fears or overly practical considerations, many miss out on a beautiful connection or, worse, struggle to fully love their current spouse because part of their heart remains with the soulmate they didn't pursue. From a psychological perspective, it's interesting to note that men seem more likely than women to miss out on such connections. Women often want to be their partner's closest confidant, the one he shares everything with. Men, on the other hand, tend to separate love and friendship more distinctly. The woman who understands him best, with whom he can be completely himself, is sometimes not the one he chooses to marry, but she may linger in his thoughts for a lifetime. A soulmate spouse, the choice for lasting happiness. So, if we recognize the value of a life partner who is both a lover and a soulmate, what holds us back? A couple's happiness can be influenced by many factors: family, relatives, friends. Everyone may offer advice or a perspective, but ultimately, the decision and responsibility lie with us alone. In our youth, we may be drawn to superficial qualities or practical traits for building a family: a capable, diligent wife or a hardworking, successful husband. These are important, no doubt. But have you thought about the years ahead? When the kids are grown, have their own families, and leave the nest, when it's just the two of you growing old together, will those practical qualities, diligence, success, or even physical passion, still matter most? At that stage, what we may crave most is simply a companion. Someone to share endless, meandering conversations, to laugh over the quirks of old age, to find joy in the quiet moments of twilight years. A life partner who makes your heart feel warm and at peace. This is why some wise, experienced mothers advise their children: marry someone you can still talk to even in old age. As French poet Voltaire once wrote, "Pleasures may fade and disappear, but friendship, mutual trust, the joy of the heart, and the enchantment of the soul, these do not vanish and cannot be destroyed." I hope these insights offer you a fresh perspective on love and marriage. Wishing you joy and happiness in all your relationships.